We already talked about simple sentences and compound sentences. But what about complex sentences? That's what we're going to talk about today. Hi there, thank you for checking out my channel. Thank you for clicking on this video. If this is the first video you're watching from my channel, I make educational and motivational content. So if you don't want to miss any of my new uploads, don't forget to hit subscribe and hit that bell icon. Now, like I said kanina, na-discuss na natin yung simple tsaka compound. If you haven't seen those videos yet, link ko na lang din dito sa I button if you're watching on YouTube so you can go and check that out. Nandun din siya sa description box sa baba if you're looking for it, okay? But today, before we dive into yung discussion natin, just a quick little reminder, yung ating limited edition na Linya Linya x Lyqa Maravilla collab shirt is still available. You can go and find it sa linyalinya.ph. They ship worldwide, so you could get it and have it sent directly to wherever you may be. And if you stay tuned until the end of this video, you will also get a discount code that you can use for your purchase, whether you're going to buy our shirt or itong special na okay ako, kaya ko shirt din at marami pang ibang designs ng linya-linya. Alright? Now that we have that out of the way, I'm going to switch over to my tablet. I'll see you in a bit. Alright, ito yung lecture natin on constructing sentences, specifically yung complex sentences. Now, a quick overview lang. May 4 na structures. Meron tayong simple sentences, compound sentences, complex sentences, and compound complex sentences. Now, napag-usapan na natin dati yung simple sentence. And kung hindi nyo pa yung napapanood, nakalink din siya sa I button sa taas. Ang pinaka-form niya ay ganito. You have the subject plus a verb plus the direct object. Minsan, kung pinapaikli natin ito, kahit subject at verb na lang, kung malinaw naman na kung sino yung tatanggap ng action na yon. Now, to make things simpler to remember, sabi natin yung subject ang tagagawa sa isang sentence. Siya yung nagpe-perform nung action o nung verb. At yung verb naman yung ginagawa niya. Ang direct object naman ang tagatanggap nung ginagawa. So kung sasabihin natin na Hailey ate a cookie, Hailey will be the subject. Siya yung gumawa nung action or verb, which is yung pagkain. At ang tagatanggap nung action, yung kinain dun sa sentence ay yung cookie. Okay? Now, yan yung simple structure. Now, pinag-usapan na rin natin yung compound sentence structure. Pag compound sentence, meron kang independent clause. Pag sinabi natin independent clause, ibig sabihin kayang tumayo by itself. Tapos dudugtungan natin siya ng semicolon o kaya pipili tayo ng coordinator. Tapos idadagdag natin ng isa pang independent clause. Now, ano ba tong mga coordinator na to? Ito yung fanboys na tinatawag. For, and, nor, but, or, yet, and so. Which we discussed din kung ano yung tamang paggamit in an earlier video. Ililink ko rin sa I button sa taas. Okay? Now, ang pinakasusi dito is the fact na kapag compound sentence, ang pinagsasama mo ay dalawang independent clause. Now, anong pinagkaiba nito dun sa complex sentence structure? Tingnan natin kung ano yung bumubuo sa isang complex sentence. Meron tayong independent clause. Ibig sabihin, again, kumpleto siya. Merong gumagawa at merong ginagawa at merong tagatanggap ng action na ito. Tapos, kakabitan natin siya ng isang subordinating conjunction. Diba? Yung dati kasi we have our coordinating conjunctions. Ngayon, subordinating conjunction. Meron tayong examples kagaya ng after, while, since, because, if, when, at marami pang iba. Tapos, ang kinakabit natin dyan ay isang dependent clause. Actually, yung subordinating conjunction becomes the clue na yung part na yun ng sentence ay isang dependent clause or nakaasa siya dun sa independent clause. May kulang sa kanya. Okay? Now, the best way for me to show you this would be to give you a sample sentence. This is an example of a complex sentence. Sabi dito, Hailey is a quiet dog when she's awake. Now, kung titignan natin yung dalawang clauses dito, we have the first part, which is Hailey is a quiet dog. Now, kumpleto siya. Hailey ang gumagawa. Is a be verb. Yan ang verb ng ating sentence. At yung kanyang description ay a quiet dog. So, Hailey is a quiet dog is an independent clause. Kung titignan natin yung karugtong niya, which is when she's awake, because of the word when, Ito ay tinatawag nating dependent clause. Kung puputulin ko yan at ang sasabihin ko lang ay when she is awake, bitin yung ating clause. Hindi siya pwedeng mag-stand on its own. So dahil dependent clause yung when she is awake, ibig sabihin this is a complex sentence. Now, ano ang subordinating conjunction natin dyan? It's the word when. Okay? When she's awake what? Right? Or when she's awake o tapos, parang bitin siya. Yun yung ating clue, yung subordinating conjunction na when. Okay? Now, this is just one of the sabi natin, formulas of a complex sentence. Minsan kasi, hindi nauuna yung independent clause. Minsan, ang nauuna ay yung subordinating conjunction followed by the dependent clause or kasi magkakabit yung dalawang yan. Tapos, tsaka susunod yung independent clause. Now, very important for you to note na kapag ganito ang structure, meron tayong comma na nilalagay after the dependent clause. Hindi katulad nung kanina na hindi na kailangan ng punctuation, pinagdudugtong-dugtong lang talaga natin sila. Kapag inuna natin ang subordinating conjunction at dependent clause, kailangan natin lagyan ng comma bago natin ilagay yung independent clause. Now, let me show you how it looks like. Same din yung gusto nating sabihin doon sa sentence kanina, pero ang pagkakasabi natin ay ganito. When she's awake, Haley is a quiet dog. Now, this part right here before the comma is our dependent clause na pinangungunahan ng ating subordinating conjunction na when. Again, yung when she's awake is not a complete thought. Bitin siya. So, siya yung dependent clause natin. Now, after the comma, doon na natin ilalagay yung independent clause. Again, it can stand alone. Haley is a quiet dog. Okay? Now, ganito kapag nauuna yung dependent clause. May cases din na nasa gitna ang dependent clause. Let me show you. Ganito ang magiging itsura niya. We have the subject of the independent clause. Lalagyan natin ng comma. Isisingit natin yung subordinating conjunction which is part of the dependent clause. Lalagyan ng isa pang comma. Tapos yung predicate na ng independent clause. Now, let me show you what it looks like, no? Using the same information dun sa ating sentences kanina, ang gagawin lang natin ay hahatiin natin yung Haley is a quiet dog sa dalawa. Tapos yung dependent clause natin na when she's awake, isisingit natin sa gitna. We usually do this to emphasize kung sino yung pinag-uusapan dun sa dependent clause. Pwede nating dagdagan ng information tungkol dun sa tao or dun sa subject na yon. And if you look at it, again, Haley is the subject of the independent clause. Yung is a quiet dog is the predicate, nilagay natin sa dulo. At siningitan natin ng dependent clause na when she's awake. Now, pag ganito yung structure natin sa ating complex sentence, you have to remember lang a few things. Which is, number one, you have to put a comma before the subordinating conjunction when. And you also need to put a comma after the dependent clause. Kaya Haley, comma, when she's awake, comma, is a quiet dog. Now again, yung when she's awake, hindi naman kailangan sa sentence, no? Pero pandagdag siyang information dun sa gusto nating ipahiwatig. Okay? Now, this is where it gets a little bit complicated. How do you spot which is which? Yan ang magiging challenge sa ating quick quiz for today. So again, I want you to look at each of the sentences na ibibigay ko sa inyo and then choose if it's a simple sentence, a compound sentence, or a complex sentence. Ang good way to do this would be to chop it up, see if each part can stand alone, spot kung ang ginamit ba ay coordinating conjunction o subordinating conjunction, and then go from there. All right? If you're ready with your pen and paper, your timer starts now. All right, let's see how you did. Let's start with the first one. Ang sentence natin ay Christmas is almost here. Again, you have the subject Christmas, be verb is, and almost here as yung description or yung estado nung Christmas. So, kumpleto tayo dyan. Wala namang pandagdag na independent o dependent clause pa. Walang ibang subject doon sa ating sentence. So, this is a simple sentence. The second one says, most people are happy because they get a bonus. Now, kung titingnan natin to into parts, or i-break down natin into parts, we have the first part, which is most people are happy, na kumpleto. Okay? Yung most people, ang ating subject, are is a be verb, happy yung kanyang description, or happy yung kanyang estado. Now, if you look at the next part, you have because they get a bonus. Because they get a bonus, bitin siya because of the word because. Ang because is a subordinating conjunction, which means this is a complex sentence. Now, yung third nating sentence, most people are happy but Henry is not like most people. Now, sabi natin kapag nagdadagdag tayo ng independent clause plus another independent clause, which is Henry is not happy, at ginamitan natin ng but, which is one of the coordinating conjunctions sa fanboys, di ba? Again, we have for and nor, but, or, yet, and so. This is going to be a compound sentence. Okay? Now, yung next nating sentence, Henry, who hates the cold, doesn't like the Christmas season. Now, this already looks familiar. You have the subject na nahati, the predicate ng ating independent clause, at nakasingit sa gitna yung dependent clause, which is who hates the cold. Who is also a subordinating conjunction. So, ibig sabihin nun, this is a complex sentence. Now, this one right here, so number 5, is really long. But again, we're going to break it down into parts. Yung first part, he'd rather stay inside or he would rather stay inside is an independent clause. May karugtong siya na even if it's lonely, which is led by a subordinating conjunction even if. Tapos, meron kang if that's what it takes to keep him warm, which is also led by if, another subordinating conjunction. Now, here's where the rules have to be refreshed. Kapag meron tayong isang independent clause, regardless of kung ilan ang idadagdag mong dependent clause sa kanya, gamit ang iba-ibang mga subordinating conjunction, as long as it's one independent clause, in this case, he'd rather stay inside, that is still a complex sentence. Okay? Again, no, kahit gano'ng haba pa o gano'ng karami ang ikabit mo na dependent clause, that is still a complex sentence. Okay? Now, I hope nakuha nyo lahat ng ito ng tama. If you didn't, that's okay. I'll be posting more questions on my Instagram account. So if you don't follow me yet, you can follow me at Lyqa Maravilla on Instagram for the new quick quizzes that I post on my Instagram story. And you can respond by tapping on the answer that you think is correct. Malalaman nyo right away kung tama kayo o mali. You can also follow me at Team Lyqa for the throwback quick quiz questions that we post sa Instagram story doon. And of course, para sa mga announcements sa important events, webinars, etc. You can also follow me on TikTok at Team Lyqa for the educational content, quick quizzes, explainers, mga tips, tricks, techniques sa math, language, and logic. And you can follow me at Lyqa Maravilla naman on TikTok for my personal account where I share my insights, opinions, my daily vlogs, or hindi nga daily, my mini vlogs, advice at marami pang iba. I'll see you online. Alright, I hope you learned something today. If you did, click thumbs up. Make sure that you share this video with your friends lalo kung mag-exam din sila. That way, mas marami tayong matutulungan. And as always, if you want to reach out to me directly, get the reviewers that I may join the online or live review events, you can go to www.facebook.com/teamlyqa. And if you want to make sure na hindi nyo ma-miss yung mga susunod nating uploads, don't forget to hit subscribe, hit that bell icon. We have more videos coming. And as we always say sa channel na to, never stop learning. Adja, kaya niyan. I'll see you in my next video and bye for now. Remember when I promised na meron tayong discount code for Linya Linya products including our special collab shirt? Ito na yon. So, ang discount code is Lyqa, Lyqa. Make sure that you spell it correctly at make sure din na i-input nyo siya bago kayo mag-check out sa linyalinya.ph. Alright? Happy shopping!